Humans are the only species in the galaxy foolish enough to bring a knife to a gunfight and still win. The laughter echoing through the council chamber bounced off the metallic walls, a cacophony of mockery that could only come from beings convinced of their own superiority for millennia. Around a table gleaming with alien technology sat the leaders of the Galactic Union, ridiculing the human delegation standing before them. Captain Klaus Schneider and his team remained unfazed. Schneider, a tall, broad-shouldered man with steel eyes that had seen too many battles, kept his expression stoic. His team, a group of battle-hardened soldiers and engineers, stood at attention, their silence a stark contrast to the scornful voices hurled at them. "Let me make this clear," began a massive alien, its translucent skin revealing swirling green fluids beneath. "You actually believe these?" It pointed a clawed finger at the small metal objects the humans had brought. "Can stand against our weapons? These guns, as you call them." Another alien, a squat, multi-eyed creature with a voice like grinding metal, sneered, "They fire projectiles, kinetic energy weapons. Primitive, outdated, pathetic." Schneider's grip tightened on the sidearm holstered at his hip, but his voice remained calm. "Yes, they do. And do you know how many civilizations have tried and failed to resist our fleets?" The first alien leaned closer, its breath steaming the air between them. "Your weapons are a joke. Your species is a joke." The council erupted in laughter again, some aliens wiping tears, or whatever passed for tears, from their eyes. Schneider let them laugh. He let them underestimate humanity. It wasn't the first time. When the laughter finally subsided, Schneider met the gaze, or what could be called a gaze, of the council's chairman, a being of such advanced evolutionary design that its physical form was almost ethereal, a shifting mass of light and energy. "Are you done?" Schneider asked, his tone as sharp as a blade strapped to his ankle. The chairman shimmered with amusement. "We find it hard to believe that a species as young and underdeveloped as yours could pose a threat to the Galactic Union. We've conquered empires that have stood for millennia. We possess technology that can dismantle a starship atom by atom. And yet, here you stand, presenting us with these primitive tools." Schneider nodded as if conceding their point. "I understand it's hard to grasp what you haven't experienced. You've never felt the impact of a simple metal projectile." Laughter erupted again, but Schneider cut it off. "That's the point. You haven't experienced it. What you call primitive, we call reliable. What you call outdated, we call battle-tested. And what you call pathetic, we call human ingenuity." The chairman shimmered with what might have been contempt. "Perhaps a demonstration is in order." Schneider didn't hesitate. "I think that would be enlightening." The alien leader waved a hand, and a massive holographic display materialized in the air between them. "Choose your target," it said smugly, confident that whatever Schneider selected would be obliterated before any attack could be launched. Schneider's eyes scanned the options. Simulations of ships, fortresses, and beings counted among the galaxy's most feared. He stopped at the image of an AI-driven combat drone, a sleek, hovering machine designed to withstand the most intense energy weapons. "That one," Schneider said, pointing. The chairman's lights brightened with amusement. "The armor-class drone. Its shields alone would render your projectile useless. But, very well." The simulation began. The drone appeared on the display, hovering menacingly. Schneider drew his sidearm, a simple-looking pistol by Galactic Union standards, and aimed at the hologram. The aliens watched, some leaning forward in anticipation of the inevitable failure. Schneider pulled the trigger. A sharp crack echoed, a flash of light, and a small, fast-moving projectile shot from the barrel. The aliens tracked its trajectory with their superior senses. When the projectile hit the drone's shield, it didn't disintegrate as expected. Instead, it struck the shield, causing a ripple, a minor disturbance. But then, something unexpected happened. The projectile didn't stop. It pierced the shield as if it were nothing more than a soap bubble. The shield shattered like glass, its energy flaring and dissipating. The laughter died. The projectile continued its journey, slamming into the drone's hull. The aliens watched in disbelief as the once impenetrable metal crumpled. The drone systems failed as the projectile tore through its core. In seconds, the drone was reduced to scrap, its lights flickering before going dark. Schneider holstered his weapon and turned to the stunned council. "Any questions?" For the first time, there was no immediate response. The aliens, so confident in their superiority, were speechless. The silence stretched, broken only by the hum of the Galactic Union's advanced machinery. Schneider exchanged glances with his team, who had maintained their composure throughout the demonstration. Finally, the chairman's lights dimmed, a sign of deep thought or perhaps embarrassment. "How?" was all it managed. Schneider's expression remained neutral, though he felt a surge of satisfaction beneath the surface. It's simple. In any conflict, the winner isn't always the one with the most advanced weapons. Sometimes, it's the one who knows how to use what they have more effectively. Sometimes, it's the one who takes a different approach. And that's your approach, the chairman asked, still struggling to process what had happened. Adaptability and resilience define humanity, Schneider replied. While other species develop more complex and powerful energy weapons, we focus on maximizing the effectiveness of the tools we had. Kinetic weapons like this pistol may seem outdated to you, but they have one critical advantage. They're not bound by the same limitations as your energy shields and defense systems. You weren't prepared for them. You didn't have to be until now. A murmur of agreement passed through Schneider's team, a silent acknowledgement of the truth in his words. The chairman's lights brightened slightly as it regained some composure. "What do you want, Captain Schneider?" Schneider smiled, though it was a grim smile. "What every species wants. To survive. And we're prepared to fight for it. But unlike you, we don't believe in conquest or domination. We believe in coexistence. But make no mistake. If you force us, we'll bring this fight to you. And you won't like it." The threat hung unspoken but clear in the air. The council members exchanged uneasy glances, their confidence visibly shaken. Schneider didn't wait for a response. He turned to his team and gave a curt nod. "We're done here. Let's go." As they left the chamber, the echo of their footsteps was the only sound. The leaders of the Galactic Union were too stunned to react. The doors closed behind them with a finality that signaled more than the end of a meeting. It was the beginning of a new chapter in galactic history, one the aliens hadn't anticipated. And it was only the first move in a game humanity had been playing far longer than anyone realized.